What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Timstuh. Today we're talking about the Apple Vision Pro confirming games. While Apple Vision Pro is not really going to be known for games, it's cool for it to just have some games. And just in totality, VR has been pretty much a snooze fest unless you're tapping into the mod areas or you're just tapping into like some of the recent releases, or if you're just brand new, which has been heavily looked upon on my channel. I notice a lot of our old content from newer creators or newer people that are using VR, so I do appreciate y'all for that. Yeah, there's really not too much, but aside from the Apple Vision Pro, everything else has been pretty much a snooze fest right now. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the games that are confirmed and what I think about it. You know, the first one's going to be Demio. That's one of the first games that is confirmed now. With Apple Vision Pro, a lot of it's going to be more of the spatial aspect, the spatial computing. But Demio, I'm kind of excited to check that out, I guess. I don't know what they're planning to do. Just obviously have a virtual game board with up to a 4-player co-op. Battle monsters and dungeons, so if you are an RPG person, it's pretty cool, man. Like Diablo type situation. Next is gonna be Game Room. It says it's listed as a launch game, but the image suggests classic board games like chess. So a lot of this is gonna be, there's 2 board games back to back that have been, again, Apple Vision Pro is not gonna be known for gaming. So for those that are getting Apple Vision Pro, you're mostly in there for the tech aspect, the AR aspect, mixed reality, and also just the overall next level of hybrid technology that we feel where social media is going to evolve in the near future. Basically, if you're an adopter of this, you're going to be really optimistic on what you feel and what you think the world is going to transition to in terms of technology. Gaming technology will probably be later, but as far as like features, probably some things that we can use day in, day out, whether it's like a leisure type TV, anything like that, man. Next is going to be Just Hoops. Just Hoops, it looks alright. I mean, it looks like an actual VR game at this point. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be using the hand tracking for it, so that's gonna be pretty cool to have some hand tracking going down. I'm assuming they should have a lot of hand tracking games. I mean, obviously Apple Vision Pro doesn't have any controller, so it'd be pretty cool for them to see all that. I like to see some like actual hoops. I think that's a good game for like an Apple Vision Pro. I think that's something smart on their end. I feel a lot of developers should be looking into the near future of wanting to create hand tracking games just for this aspect. I mean, when you get onto an Apple Vision Pro, I feel that's the most marketing you would probably need. It's probably going to be the most commercial thing. Obviously, again, it's way too damn expensive for a lot of general consumers, but it will be popularized for sure. And a lot of people are going to gaslight the shit out of this. So again, it's going to be a lot of hype surrounding Apple Vision Pro. Again, I'm not really hype on it. I'm not getting it day one, but it is cool to really tap into and look at some of these newer things that are coming around. Maybe if there's a financing option or a sale option or something like that, maybe I'll look into it. But I'm definitely not going Apple Vision Pro day one for sure. Rec Room is going to be one. While Rec Room is pretty cool for everyone in totality when it comes to virtual reality in terms of like the VR chat, Rec Rooms, all those free games that are just through the roof monumental, aside from Horizon Worlds, which is gutter trash. You're looking at a social experience that's fun with tons of mini games. So Rec Room is really cool for Apple Vision Pro. It's gonna have everything in there, and then they also got their full body avatars coming around, so that they might be doing that on purpose just because they knew they were coming over to Apple Vision Pro. They want to try to get more sense of realism probably going down. I don't know, but you can get both options. You can use the full body and you can use like whatever you want on terms of that, so that's pretty cool. Next is Super Fruit Ninja. I mean, it is what it is. It's Fruit Ninja. It's you're slicing stuff around. I'm not too sure. Like, I guess. I mean, I don't know how cool that'll look, but obviously with no controllers, you actually get to get your karate chop on. But not a fan of it. Again, Apple Vision Pro is not meant for games, but it does sound funny when you say it out loud. Like this was something anticipated at launch. And then What the Golf? It's a mobile before like a PC Switch ports. Basically just it's a physics-based golf parody that transforms the space around players, and it's a golf game. It's a fun golf game that you'll see there, like augmented reality wise, mixed reality wise, and it's pretty cool. The only other game I think that's a huge win in my opinion is Rec Room and Just Hoops. I feel that will bring you back to like an actual virtual reality space again. Nobody's spending $3,000 for those things. You can play those on every type of VR headset, but it is cool to see some of that, at least for those that are absolutely do not want to be tapping in for just solely gaming. Maybe that could convince them a little bit, like, oh shit, like there's some pretty cool like gaming features. Let's try to convince Apple to do this stuff. Again, Apple Vision Pro just going down with this. It shows that they are fully not focused. They are literally like not letting their employees. There's articles that are going out right now in Apple Vision Pro that are not letting their employees call it a VR headset, MR headset, AR headset. They just want to call it an Apple Vision Pro, and they're just there for the spatial computing. They are really letting it know and letting it happen that that's all that they want. I mean, it's crazy. It's like, of course, well, I would really understand that. And aside from that, I did cover in our last video also that they're looking at releasing multiple straps, which is good. You're paying $3,000. I mean, with Quest, I feel you pay a little bit too much and you get shithole as a head strap. So I'm glad that Apple Vision Pro is looking at multiple dimensions of how to use this. And they're also doing a lot more in-store sales, just because they want people to probably try it on, help get adjusted as they transition to this type of thing. Now, how much does that help elevate in terms of people like really wanting to get an Apple Vision Pro? I don't know. It might, I don't know. That seems like very unsanitary for having people like just try it on multiple times and maybe they have to clean it and stuff. I don't know how they're going to get that rolling. I'm pretty sure there's like a try on sequence to at least sample it, maybe in some of the bigger areas, maybe like a Los Angeles area, maybe like a New York area. I don't really see them doing it in very local Apple stores, but I do see them probably having a huge try on process and helping them get started with it, getting the, and I mean, I can only imagine, bro, 3,000 is just the entry mark, depending on what you have to buy around it. And I could only imagine the replaceable parts. I mean, when you replace like a charger or a battery on like an Apple, like an iPhone or an Apple product, it's like insane. So I know there's not going to be much aftermarket for this, maybe not until later. So it's going to be insane spending a lot of money on top of insurance and top of everything else. I can only imagine, man. So kudos to those that are getting this shit day one, because I'm not even looking at this day one. But yeah, it is pretty cool at the end of the day. They did have like other things, like what I said. Oh yeah. So it was completely confirmed. They don't even let it call it an XR headset. Also, I'm pulling up the article right now, and they don't allow that to happen. They don't want them saying AR, VR, MR, or XR. They don't want nothing. I just called it a mixed reality headset. They just want it solely like spatial computing is all. That they don't want to describe the app experience as augmented reality. It's crazy. And they want it described as Vision OS, and they want it. They have the Apple does use the term AR for iPhone and iPad experiences built with AR kit, but not for the Apple Vision Pro. It's just gonna be a spatial computer, man. That's pretty crazy, man. They're really on it to let people know, like, yo, this isn't a typical VR headset, man. And I'm sure a lot of people are gonna call it a virtual reality headset, anyways. I don't really know about this XR space, but Apple say the hell no. We want no part of it. I think it's kind of a split of both. Apple wants no part of the VR industry, and I think the VR community as a whole doesn't really care for Apple that much if you're really dug into the VR community. Now, there are some specified people kind of like me that loves VR, but just also loves all type of headset tech that can take us to a new level, in which I am optimistic about it. I just don't think now's the time. I feel it's going to take a long time. We're still like ways out before anything. In totality, for me, it's like you're paying for a very overpriced headset where you're just going to watch like 3D movies and play like flat screen games right now, as of right now. But in some other experiences deemed in the operation system of the iOS aspects in terms of Apple, but I don't think there's anything else in relation. If anything, it's what PlayStation's doing with PSVR 2 is exactly what Apple's doing with Vision Pro, which is more of an extension to the actual reality of a flat screen experience, at least for now. So we'll see what happens later, though. I appreciate y'all. Leave your comment, thoughts, and everything, man. Peace.